everybody, welcome back to the Statuesque Events YouTube channel. This is where we share inspiration to help you with planning your wedding, and we share you lots of fun clips from weddings that we've planned in the past. Alright, if you're new here, make sure you subscribe and hit like because that'll make sure that you don't miss another video. Now, my name is Faye. I'm the owner of Statuesque Events. We're a wedding planning and design company based in the DC metro area, but we service weddings all along the East Coast. So anywhere from New England all the way down to Florida, we've done it, and we love planning modern, multicultural weddings. Now for today, we're gonna be talking about 2021. All right, so if you are a bride, you're watching this, chances are you are planning a 2021 wedding and you're wondering, should I reschedule my wedding? We are looking at a pandemic. We've been in a pandemic for months, and it looks like there are many more months to come of this pandemic. So many people are wondering, should I even move forward with my wedding? Should I reschedule? What's the best choice for me? The truth is that's an individual choice, but I wanted to share a few things to help you decide, as well as our opinion. So to cut straight to the chase, the summary is that in most cases, no, you should not reschedule your 2021 wedding. And this is why. Number one, there is no way to know what's going to happen in the future, right? Like there's no way to tell how long we are going to be in a pandemic. It could be a few more months. It could be a couple more years. So the truth is, do you really want to just sit in limbo, wondering what's going on while you wait for the perfect scenario? Because the truth is that there's never a perfect time to do anything. So while things may not be perfect right now, I do think it's important to move forward. Yes, and by not perfect, it means that you may not be able to have as many people as you would have wanted in the past, but you at least would have crossed that milestone and you'll be able to start building your life with your fiance, with your future husband or wife, right? Instead of just waiting in limbo. And the second reason is that a lot of vendors are going to charge you a little bit more, right, to move your wedding. Now, if you don't have a tight budget, this may not be a big deal for you. So again, that's why I said this is situational, but a lot of times your venues, your vendors and more are going to charge you, right, for moving your wedding from 2021 to 2022, especially if you do it way in advance, right? Like if you're doing this more than 60 days in advance, before we know what the final regulations are in place around the time of your wedding. So I would not recommend just rushing and, out of panic or rescheduling your wedding further out for that reason. And the third reason is that a lot of people do get really stressed out with not knowing what's to come, right? So the longer you postpone your wedding, the more stressed you're going to become. It's just the truth. The truth is that planning a wedding on a shorter time frame is less stressful than planning a wedding on a longer time frame. It gives you more to worry about, more to go back and forth about. So I really do think, I would really advise everyone out there to just push forward with your wedding, whether that means you're going to end up having a wedding of 30 or 50 or whatever that number is for you, and just saying, no matter what, I'm going to get married on this date, and you can always plan another celebration later, right? But you definitely want to just get through that milestone, have your wedding pictures, have your wedding moments, have your wedding photos, you walk down the aisle in that dress, right? So like I said, this decision is very situational. So here are some examples of where you should reschedule your wedding to 2022 or beyond, right? Number one would be if you're pregnant and you are going to be having a baby anytime around the wedding, right? Obviously being pregnant brings multiple complications. It means you may not fit in your wedding dress, the original dress that you had planned anymore. And then there also could just be some concerns around, going to an event, potential travel and things like that while you are pregnant. So that's definitely one consideration for why you may, want to postpone your wedding. That's definitely a scenario where you might want to postpone it. Another one may be if you don't really have a lot of vendors booked. Like let's say you only have one vendor booked, like you haven't really nailed down a venue yet. That gives you a little bit more flexibility, but again, that stress factor is still gonna be there, right? That stress factor of, I wonder if it's gonna work. I wonder if that was the right decision or not. So that's still a concern depending on your personality, but I would definitely say, if you don't really have any vendors booked, then, definitely rescheduling may be a good option. And of course, the third one would be if you're saying, hey, there's no way I can have a wedding less than, say, 250 people, no matter what, like my closest family and friends are 250 people and there's no way for me to whittle it down to 50, then you may want to postpone. Again, we don't know exactly how far out you're going to have to postpone or how many times, but in that case, there's really, you may not it's not wise to continue planning for that guest count in 2021, especially if you're getting married in the early part of the year. So I really hope that this has been helpful for you. Again, our recommendation is that you move forward with your 2021 wedding, whether that's an elopement, whether that is a micro wedding, whatever it is. Our recommendation is that you move forward with it. You'll feel so much better afterwards, like after being able to call your husband or your wife, and you'll feel so much better knowing that you did it and that you can always plan for a future celebration in the future. But of course, there are some situations that we mentioned that may cause you to postpone, and that's also okay. But I really hope that this video gave you a little bit of food for thought while you're deciding. As usual, don't forget to subscribe and like this video, and we have an entire playlist dedicated to wedding planning in COVID. So please make sure that you check the description and watch all the videos that we have in that playlist, because we've got a lot there and we've got more to come. So please stay tuned. We hope you enjoyed the video and we can't wait to catch you guys in the next video.